Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. In today's video, you are going to watch me work again on a set of press-on nails for myself. And I know they look kind of Valentine's Day, and I know we're like past that already, but honestly, these are for Valentine's Day because you know that I'm like filming, ahead. And I did wear them for Valentine's Day, but they are not, Valentine's Day themed necessarily. And it's these. With all the red and the white and whatever, you'd probably think, oh yeah, Valentine's Day, but no. You can put green underneath, you can put any color you want, to be honest. Purple, pink, I'm not gonna tell you all the colors now, you must know them. But I love these so much. Like, I cannot express how much I love this set of nails. I didn't even want it to go this far. I wanted just to do this design, but then somehow I spent the rest of my day doing these two as well, because it did take me a while. I have to admit, it's a labor-intensive thing, but I love it. I love them so much. It's just, oh, they remind me of like magical forest kind of situation, and yeah, I just love them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you learned something, I hope you do learn something. And if you want to recreate, obviously, please tag me, because I would love to see. And you can subscribe to my channel, because I post every Wednesday and Saturday, and you learn a lot of things, in my opinion. I mean, I try to teach. I don't know if it's something new to you or not, but I try to teach everything that I know, I'm basically teaching here. Oh my god, I rambled a lot. Okay, you know what, with all of that said, let's do some nails. I have all my tips ready to go. They're all prepped and everything. And I'm gonna start with the pinkies and the pointer fingernails. And I'm gonna use Jessica Rabbit from the Kirsty Meakin Gel Polish collection. And I'm gonna apply 2 layers of this and cure each for 30 seconds in my LED lamp, which means they will be fully cured. And then I'm gonna go in with the Ink London No Wipe top coat, and this is very, very important. I'm gonna only cure this for 30 seconds in my Platinum X Ink London lamp. So play with your lamp and see what works for you. So I'm under curing this. Before I'm applying any kind of chrome, I'm not gonna cure it fully. I will cure it fully after I apply the chrome and I like buff it in and dust it and whatever. Also very important is, you can see that it takes me a little bit to apply this because I want it to be as smooth as possible, because chrome is going to show everything. And I'm gonna use this red, which looks a lot darker in the camera. It's actually more pinkish. And I'm gonna just use an eyeshadow applicator. And by the way, the other side is not actually eyeshadow, it's another type of chrome. I don't throw them away because you can get like 4 uses out of them, so I'm kind of trying to not waste anything. And then I'm gonna buff that in with my eyeshadow applicator. So I'm buffing the chrome in with the eyeshadow applicator as well as I can, and then I will give that a dust. So you need a soft brush to do the dusting, otherwise a harder brush will scratch it. Then I'm gonna go in with this, I cured fully the top coat, so I put it in for another 30 seconds. Well, I actually put it in for another minute. And now I'm using the Ink 007 primer, and it's an acid-free primer to put around the edges to make sure that my chrome does not peel off, like the top coat doesn't peel off or anything like that. And now I'm applying the second layer of top coat to protect the chrome. And this one, which I can see many people don't, this is one of the mistakes they do when they work with chrome. You need to have the second layer of top coat very, very smooth as well. Otherwise it's going to show and it's going to look weird. Then I showed you that I'm going to apply on all the other nails Birthday Suit. So I'm going to apply 2 layers of Birthday Suit, which is a beautiful nude, as you can see. And I'm going to cure each for 30 seconds, which is fully cured. And then I'm gonna go in with the velvet matte from Ink London, and I'm gonna apply a layer of that and cure it fully as well. And they are nicely protected. And yeah, our design today is going to be on the top of the top coat, so we're not gonna top coat again. Then I'm going in with this steady gel from Ink London in red, and I'm gonna use the two brushes from Glitter Bells. So the middle liner, which is a very, very long and skinny brush, and then a thicker brush, which is, I think they're one of their gel brushes. It comes in a set of like different sizes and shapes and everything. But I'm just gonna use that one to add bigger things, so I don't work with my skinny brush. Now I'm just creating, this is the ring finger, by the way, and I am just going to create some branches, and I'm doing this very nicely and very thin, so I'm not applying a lot of product, because if you remember my unboxing, they can't really be used in a thicker way, which is completely fine. You're gonna see me here creating a beautiful design using them in very, very thin, and it's gonna look great because they are so pigmented. It's incredible. It's really incredible to work with them, honestly. I really love them, and I highly recommend them. And yeah, I'm just creating some leaves. I'm using the bigger brush. You're gonna see by the end of it that I'm actually gonna go back to my small brush, because when using the bigger brush, I have to go in still with my smaller brush and fix it, and I just didn't have the patience for that. But yeah, in the first couple of nails, I'm gonna use the big brush, and I'm gonna kind of do a round kind of shape, and then I'm making it pointy on both ends, and that's gonna give us the leaf shape, which is really, really easy to create. The harder part is to try to make them even, but I didn't want to make them even, so that's gonna be really easy then. I didn't care about making them even. Also, what I really need to mention, because these are going to be chromed, you need to take your time and create these as slowly as you can, because I am not going to cure anything until the end, until I finish with all of the leaves and branches that I want to add on this nail. So instead of going fast and trying to do something and then having to wipe off and fix your mistakes and whatever, it's better to just do it slowly and taking your time. And because you have that matte top coat underneath, you can even sketch where you want your leaves and your branches, if it's gonna make your life easier with positioning everything. I didn't care. I wanted quite a natural look, so honestly I just did whatever felt kind of natural. You're gonna see it by the end of it that the two nails don't precisely match up, which is great because I'm not good at doing two things of the same. I'm really bad at that because I kind of lose my patience by the second time I need to do that design, so I just kind of do it quickly. But yeah, I'm gonna do all of the branches that I want. I'm gonna take my time to do them. I'm gonna fix as much as I can, and again, because you have that matte top coat underneath, the gel paint, and because this gel paint is brilliant to work with, is not going to actually spread out at all. So you can see that the top part there is exactly where I put it. It didn't move at all, and is not going to move until I put it in the lamp. So that's that's perfect. And also because you have that matte top coat, the brush works a lot better on the nail. So I do recommend, if you want to do any kind of freehand, to have a matte top coat. I don't always apply it because I know that I can get away without applying it, but that's me. I know I can get away with it. I do recommend it though, because it can be really, really helpful, especially for beginners or for people that are trying to learn a new design. So yeah, anyway, I just continue here. I'm just adding, as you saw, I added two branches on the sides, and now I'm just kind of adding leaves wherever. You can see that there is no rhyme or reason for them. Now I'm going in with the smaller brush, and as I said, I'm spending my time trying to perfect those leaves. And this is the part where I was just annoyed. I kind of wanted them to be done. Then, again, very, very important, I cured this only for 20 seconds. This has a 2-minute cure, and I cured it for 20 seconds before I applied this. Otherwise, my particular chrome is not going to stick to it. So I cured it for 20 seconds. I am going to brush it off, as you saw, gently. I don't apply a lot of pressure when I brush it off because I don't want any scratches. And then I'm going to put it back in the lamp for the rest of the cure. Then I'm gonna use here the Ink London Rock top coat. And the reason I'm using this one specifically and I'm not using the no wipe top coat is because this one has a slightly thicker, it's a bit more dense than the other one. So it's not going to move as much, it's not going to like spread out as much. I'm not gonna show you applying the top coat on all the nails. I'm gonna show you how oh god, I can't talk, how I applied the top coat only on this one because I thought it's gonna be so boring. So basically what I do is I put a blob, a bigger blob in the middle of the leaf, and then I'm kind of dragging it onto like the edges, and then I'm kind of applying very gently over the branches as well. And I'm making sure that everything is covered in the top coat, and make sure you look 3 times before you actually give the nail a wipe, because you might miss a spot and it's gonna be horrible when that happens. Also, I'm not showing it to you in this video, but I am actually flash curing. So because it's a top coat, you can actually put it in the lamp for 5 seconds and it's not going to move, and it's not going to wrinkle because it's clear. So I am flash curing between, I don't know, I'm doing kind of like one side of the branch, I'm flash curing, I'm going back, I'm painting, and I still went on the side. So if you have even a thicker top coat, use that one because it's going to be perfect. Also, what I need to mention is the rock top coat that I just used is has a sticky layer over the top of it, so you need to remove that sticky layer, and with that I removed the rest of the chrome that was stuck on the matte top coat. Oh god, I'm running out of air. Now here I'm using the Ink London gel paint, and I'm using the one that has a sticky layer because I find that this one is able to keep a better like texture. The no wipe one is quite good with texture, but I find that this one you can paint it even thicker and keep that texture. I don't know, I have different paints for different purposes, and this is why I use this one. And you can see here I'm creating like some really weird petals. It's no particular way I'm doing it, I'm kind of just painting them. I didn't want a flower that had a lot of detail in it. I just wanted the detail to be done with the gel paint, and it's exactly what I wanted, to be honest. The only thing is, you're gonna see me sprinkle something on top, and I mixed this. Actually, it's white acrylic with a little bit of glitter that you can't even see the glitter on camera, but you can see it in real life. It has a very, very nice sparkle, but it's really subtle. And I wish I didn't do that. If you want to sprinkle something over the top of a flower like this, use white acrylic and that's it, because that's going to be a lot smoother. Then I'm going in with the eye gel clear from Ink London, and I'm going to use some of these caviar beads, and I'm going to show you how I work with them. So I'm just taking my brush, I'm dipping it into the gel, hard gel in this instance, and then I'm dipping it into the caviar beads, and then I'm mixing them up, trying to cover them as much as possible with that gel, and that's going to protect them, and also is going to make it really, really easy for you to work with them. So yeah, I'm mixing them up. I'm using my gloved hand. I normally use a palette, but I wanted to show you, and I didn't have any palettes on hand at this particular moment. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it on my hand. And now I took it off, and you can see why I'm saying that you shouldn't use that like any kind of glitter inside, because it has more of a gritty texture. I wanted something a lot more smooth, because that's gonna keep the texture that I made with the paint, whereas putting that glitter over the top, I feel like it took away from the texture that I created. So yeah, anyway, now I'm using the 3mm brush from Ink London, and I always use this to apply caviar beads because it's so beaten up and it's short and it's hard. Well, it's not hard, but it's like, because it's short, it's not extremely flexible, so it works perfect for caviar beads in my opinion. And I applied just like a few caviar beads in the middle of that flower to give it a bit more kind of dimension. And then I cured that, obviously. Now I'm moving on to the middle nails. And by the way, I've done exactly the same thing on the other ring fingernail. I just didn't show you because I was working on both of the hands at the same time. So I was doing the middle finger here, and I was also working on the ring finger from the other hand. So yeah, I like to work with both sets at the same time. I don't like to work on one nail because then it's gonna just take forever with the curing and everything. Anyway, on this middle finger, I decided to do kind of like a swirly design. I don't know exactly what was in my head, but I kind of like it. I feel like it gives it a whimsical kind of effect. So yeah, I really do like it. It's just, I don't know if it was the best decision, but yeah. And then I did exactly the same thing. I did 2 branches that spread out in like smaller branches, and then I am just adding some leaves here and there. Again, you can go as crazy as you want, you can put as little as you want, you can leave more of the branches, you can do whatever. And you can see here that I'm kind of trying to keep my patience, but I am losing it with that big brush. So yeah, I think on the next nails I'm actually going to just add them with the smaller, thinner brush, the detailer brush, because this was just ridiculous, because then I had to fix a lot of it and I just couldn't. It's a very I'm not gonna lie, this is a very tedious design. I know it doesn't look like it because it's like, oh yeah, it's simple, it just has leaves, it's one color, it's just a couple of branches, but Christ, it takes you a long time, especially because not only you have to do this once to create the actual, you know, painted leaves, but then you have to do it again with the top coat. And as I said, I'm not going to show you again that I apply top coat, but I do apply top coat on all of them before I, you know, do the white flowers. And now I'm just applying that chrome over the top of these. Again, I only cured it for 20 seconds in my lamp. Play with your lamp if you don't have the same one, obviously. Again, I have the Platinum X from Ink London. If you don't have the same lamp, play and see how well the chrome sticks and what's the best time you have with the chrome, and with your particular chrome as well, because I'm using the Kuka chrome and they are quite easy to work with, in my opinion. They stick when others wouldn't, if that makes sense. And now I'm moving on to the white flowers. Again, I am kind of creating them a bit differently than that ring finger one, because I didn't want all of them to have like open flowers. I wanted them to have some, you know, kind of different ones. As you can see, some of them are like more open than others, and then I'm sprinkling the same thing because I've done it on one nail, I have to do it on all of them. But I would recommend highly to just use a white acrylic or even clear acrylic, because that's gonna be a lot more smoother in the finish than this one. And now I'm just using the glitter off gel, glitter off brush from Ink London to just remove the excess. Don't use that brush to remove excess chrome. That's really good for excess acrylic powder, excess glitter, not chrome, because the chrome is going to get scratched. As I said before, you need a soft brush. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I think that's the only way, I mean, it is for me to hear the same thing over and over again, for me to actually learn it, to like, you know, keep it in my mind. So that's why I kind of repeat it. And now here you can see that I went in with the smaller brush and I was a lot happier with the result. I am still kind of trying to make bigger and smaller leaves, because I wanted that kind of difference in texture in the leaves. Yeah, anyway, so I'm doing exactly the same thing. I am just painting leaves everywhere, That's why I didn't actually show you how I applied the top coat, because I already found this a bit boring for myself. So I thought I'm not gonna bore you with even more than that. There's no point. But yeah, that's why this is a very tedious design. It just takes forever with the top coat and everything. But the result is so striking. I think it's absolutely incredible. Of course, if you want to skip a step, because these paints don't have a sticky layer over the top of them, which is easy, which is why I use them to chrome them over the top, because I thought that's gonna be just insane looking, and it is, in my opinion. But if you want to skip a step and just have them red, or pink or yellow or whatever color you want, you don't have to put the chrome on, and you wouldn't need to top coat. So yeah, I mean, I think you wouldn't need to top coat. I don't think you'd have any issues, because again, they don't have a sticky layer, so they would be shiny and beautiful. I don't know, I need to do some more tests, but I am happy with this product, really happy. And now I'm obviously again chroming all of that, because I think it just adds that little bit of something. Also, as I said before, this looks a lot darker on camera. It's not as dark in real life. It's more pinkish, and you can see it like on my glove and in the pot that particular chrome has a pinkish kind of hue to it. The camera just picks it up a bit different. And then I'm applying again some of those flowers, and because this would be the thumbnail, there's a lot more surface area to work with, so I'm just kind of doing some weird things. I'm putting some open flowers on there, and then I just added some on the sides there, because I didn't want just one open flower. I wanted like more to be a bit more filled. And then on the top there, I'm adding some that are not as open, let's say, or that they are from different angles, because that gives it a bit more of a realistic I don't know, vibe. Also, I didn't mention that before I pour this, I don't actually cure the gel paint. The white gel paint is not cured when I pour this mix. And after you pour this mix, please do a double cure. So if your gel paint requires a 30 seconds or a 60 seconds, you do 1 minute or 2 minutes. Make sure you do a double cure. Don't do only one cure, because that acrylic powder that you popped on the top is going to stop the light from curing it properly, let's say. So doing a double, triple cure, it doesn't matter how many times you put it in the lamp, it's probably okay. But that's going to help it cure properly. And then these two are done. These are all done now, and they're gorgeous. I love them so much. They don't match perfectly, because I cannot do two things exactly the same, because I just can't. But yeah, I absolutely love them. They're the best set I ever had, I think. They're just so gorgeous, so beautiful. It's I know I'm kind of like, kind of bringing myself up right now, but I do really love them. If you don't, that's fine. I don't argue with anyone, but I do love them, so I hope you guys do too. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.